Hi, Ron from Clarity. Now that we're in DNN and now that you have your new Clarity e-commerce framework installation installed, we've got a default template in here just to kind of give you some ideas of what your homepage could look like. So as I scroll down, you can see I've created a number of different horizontal slices for you. So the first slice is obviously banner. This could be a rotating banner. I've got another one here that does some interesting thing when it comes to mobile responsive, so I wanted to show you that. Another one where we can put in shortcuts for things like promotions, closeout products, featured products, things like that, which is going to be a rotator. And then down at the bottom, I put a couple graphics side by side, so you might want to highlight either some promotional categories or things like that. So I've put some default code in here for you so you can kind of go in, and if you like this layout, you can go in and just edit it yourself. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go edit. As you can see in the bottom left, I've already clicked on the pencil twice. It's blue, as I've shown you in another video, so we're locked in edit mode. I'm going to edit the contents of this first horizontal slice, which, as you can see, if I make this full screen, is just the banner. So if I click on source, you can see here I've got my div, and I'll kind of highlight some of this and separate some of this out. So I've wrapped the graphic, so I'm going to show you where I've wrapped it and then how we've ended it. So you can see here I've got a div and a close div tag. I've got my A tag, my close A tag, and then I have an image. So in my case, I made it really super simple. I just took an image. Here's my image. Now I added an alt tag, right? Banner image of the Clarity headphone. I also added an ARIA label. This to me is going to be one of Google's most important things for SEO over the next year or two. ARIA labels are for ADA compliance. I really feel like Google is going to be pushing accessibility soon. And I have ARIA labels on every image and everything that clicks anywhere. So as you can see up here, here's my href for the actual link to the headphone itself to purchase it. And I've got an ARIA label, click here to shop for our PX Studio Series headphones. So the ARIA label are for the TDD, the blind readers, and for accessibility. So you're going to want to make sure to add those in for the click. So a blind person can come in and it'll read to them, hey, here is where you click to shop for this headphone. And by the way, this image is an image of our Clarity PX9 Studio Series headphone. Be very explicit for them. So you got to think about a blind person coming to this. And then I just have the source, which is the image, and I just put a width of 100%. So if you wanted to very easily, you could come in and just change the URL, change the text for your ARIA and alt tags, and change the image, and you could have a nice banner image already set up. Now this is one that I wanted to do something a little bit different here, and what I've done is I've got a left graphic and a right graphic, and I split it in two. Now typically what would happen if I do a mobile responsive is this image would be on top, this image would go down below, and then her eyes would be looking up into space. So one of the things that I did, and I'll show you, when I go mobile responsive, you can see she's now looking up at the Shop Now button. And I did that on purpose. And the way I did that, and that's what I'm going to show you now, I put the code in here for you. I tried to document it as well. When you click on source and you see my two images, you can see here's the first image, and this happens to be the headphone banner right image. So I actually did the right image first, and I did the left image next. So theoretically, they should have been displayed in reverse, but what I did was on this div, I said the div is half of the columns in Bootstrap, and I want to order in large view, which is what I am on my screen right now before mobile responsive. I want to make this image display last. And I want this image to display first. So I use the order LG last and first to flip-flop the images in large mode. And then when you go down below large, tablet, anything else, and they go to stack, then it's going to display the right image first. And that's why the headphones with the Shop Now button ended up being displayed first. So this is another different way you might want to display some things, standard Bootstrap code. This one here is what a particular rotator would look like from Clarity in our platform. Now, we don't have any products installed, so this is just a graphic. But in order to show this, I went ahead and created the code for you. This is what I have. I've just got a div, a closed div. I went ahead and put an H2 class called Top Selling Products. And then I went ahead and just put my banner image of the Rotator products, right? So that's why it looks like it does. But basically, there's a React shortcut that as soon as you go in, all you have to do is put a div tag that says div React component equals, and then it's going to either be something like recently viewed, top selling products, popular products. There's a whole bunch of different shortcuts that are React components that you could have. So if you wanted featured products, if you wanted a particular category, if in this case, I just did top selling products. So popular products is the name of the div React component that I wanted to call. So on my other demo sites, I've actually got rotating products, and it's a dynamic list, always showing my most recent top selling products. So this is a very quick way that you can insert these on traditional DNN, WordPress, any other page by simply calling the React component on that page. Finally, down at the bottom of the page, I just went ahead and did kind of a side-by-side thing here to different categories, and I went ahead and coded that up for you as well. So you can see I've got a div class row, and then I've got one enlarged taking half, and also the other taking half. Now I also wanted some padding, so I've got some padding on the y-axis, top and bottom. And then again, I've got my ARIA label, link to instruction equipment, and then I've got my href. So I've got a URL I need to plug in here. And then for my image, I've got an alt tag, and I've got my ARIA label, silhouette of construction crew and equipment. And then I've got the source of my picture. So I've stacked two of these here. I've made each one of them half so they display left and right. And then when I go mobile responsive, they automatically stack appropriately. So this is just a quick design I threw together on the homepage so you guys could actually have a jump start. Hopefully some of that just clean bootstrap code helps you so you can go in and replace some of these and start playing with your own design. Thanks for watching.